Hey guys, welcome back, y'all. I'm just here chilling. I am chilling, guys. This is your girl Ty here, a mother of the ages. I'm your supernatural quantum healer. I specialize in past life regression quantum healing, where I remove soul tears, soul ties, generational curses, black magic curses, ancestral trauma, childhood trauma, you name it. I do it. And I be getting them entities off y'all back, be removing all them grays and stuff. So, anywho, guys, subscribe to the channel, guys. Guys, have you met her? We're going to talk about the timeline shift, right, of the election, but I do want to introduce someone very special. I'm going to save her because she's not fully dressed yet, guys. There's more to this, but I did a purification cleansing on her just to remove any blockages. And guys, if you don't think that even handmade things, could have energy trapped, absolutely. So I was just filling into her and cleansing, expanding, programming her, girl, to basically be a light being like myself. So maybe even one day she could sit here and just heal you guys or clear you guys. But anywho, guys, I am kind of just being silly. I'm chillaxing right now down here in my office, and I saw a video the other day by Isis Wisdom, guys, here on YouTube, and I wanted to chime in because people were going in on her because Isis was always like, and it's cold where I am, guys, so I'm just like kind of like snuggly, right? And in my snuggly vibes. So people are going in on her because you said Kamala was going to win. And she's been very adamant about Kamala winning this whole time. She's been talking about it for a very long time. And what she said is, I can't help if Source chooses to change the timeline. And I wanted to actually piggyback off of that because, funny enough, I noticed the day before the election, I felt the energy of the timeline shift. And so I kind of wanted to not really like to defend her, but this is just truly what happened. And I actually did a video about it, but I guess YouTube said there was some inappropriate language. So they took that down because I was saying a few things about Kamala, right? But anywho, and I'm going to explain to you what I saw. So Isis Wisdom is not wrong when she said the timeline was shifted, and I felt it in my spirit, guys. So I read energy, guys. I read energy signatures. This is what I do for a living. And I felt the energy of the election. And let me tell you, the day before, it was very interesting. I felt what I was viewing, right, was the merger of the two timelines. But more importantly, at the time when I felt the energy, I was viewing it at the point where the two were crossing each other. They were sitting right on top of each other. So it really did, it caused a huge reaction, not just here on Earth, in the physical realm, to really push Trump all the way through. Now, on this channel, I've always been saying Trump is going to win. And even I did a Pepe prophecy last year, and I said the Pepe will go up during the election time when the Republicans get into office, right? So I always felt that Trump was going to win, but I saw what she saw. I felt rather what she saw because I did see a timeline where, oh my God, I keep wanting to call Kamala somebody else now, where Kamala was the winner. I did see that. However, I was still saying Trump is going to win because I just always felt that Trump was going to win. But the timeline was there. There were two timelines going on simultaneously. And depending on your energy, every reader, prophet, seer, we don't all see the same thing simply because we have our own energy signature. So sometimes our energy signature will be more suited towards channeling a certain person. Like my energy signature is somehow really connected to Kate Middleton. This is why I was able to connect with her soul and her spirit and was able to do like over 20 or 30 channel messages with her. I truly believe her soul was working with me somehow. Me and her are connected. And so if another reader is channeling that Kamala's going to win, then they might be picking up because somehow their soul, the energy of them, has a direct line there. So a lot of people were even getting on Celestial, oh, she's a false prophet because, Kamala didn't win. And she was saying how Kamala would win and do A, B, C, D, Z. But guys, it's a timeline. We are looking into timelines. There's not just one. This is why I keep talking about all the multiple timelines that we live in. Right now, you could be living in 15 different timelines. When you go to the store and you choose to buy the vegetables over the meat, now it shifts to that timeline where you are now vegan, more plant-based. And the longer you hold the vibration of the timeline is how you get submitted into that timeline and you have a quantum leap, guys. This ain't rocket science. This is simple. You are technologically advanced. Your decisions are technology. So get it, girl. Source is coming through. No, but seriously, your decisions are technology. Your decisions can shift timelines. So when people was saying, oh, I'm voting for Kamala, so this is the energy, right? These are why readers were picking up on that, because people were being like, I ain't voting for the orange man. But secretly, when it came down to it, they truly did vote for the orange man. Now, whether there was some sort of psychological manipulation or even technological manipulation, Elon, or even some galactic intervention, it doesn't matter. That all fed in to now the Republicans getting more votes to now shift the timeline, because your decisions are what shifts the timeline. And I did another video that YouTube is hiding from y'all because they put me on the naughty list because I was speaking too much truth during the election. Or it might have been the comment about Kamala, but nevertheless, they seem to like me very much. But I was talking about the algorithm, how the algorithm really controls the minds of the masses. So some of these people probably really were not going to vote for Trump. But when it came down to it, the algorithm, when I saw that timeline I was looking into, and I felt the energy of Kamala wanting to destiny swap with Trump. So a destiny swap is when someone takes your blessings or what source is going to give to you, and they take it for themselves and they're walking in your energy. So I saw Kamala in the seat of the president, but because she was wanting to destiny swap, then that would make sense that even though I saw her, she was wearing Trump's energy, right? So that is when these two timelines were merged. They were sitting right on top of each other, right there. And I believe that I know there were some last minute prayer sessions for Trump by these hardcore devout Christians. And it's funny because Trump ain't nowhere near no Christian girl, but I'm gonna leave that there, y'all. But I'm just saying there was some last minute energy that was coming through for Trump. And like it or not, your prayers are actually spells. A spell doesn't mean bad, because simply when you write something down, you're spelling. You write something in cursive, you're cursing. But what are you spelling? Something good or something bad? When you speak life, you're spelling. When you speak darkness, you're still spelling. You're putting a dark curse on yourself or someone else, right? So that's the viewpoint that I take. So in the 11th hour, this thing shifted. It shifted. And so even though I was always saying Trump would win, because possibly the timeline I was tapping into was the outcome, was the timeline where we had already decided. But the energy leading up to that was very much a Kamala driven energy timeline that a lot of people, the algorithm fed to a lot of people. And those people had a decision. Your decisions are what make the quantum leap to the timeline. And when it came down to it, the decision, now, whether this be multiple votes just coming through for him because he won by landslide, girl, which I ain't never seen. And that's all I was trying to say. Too easy to be from God. Message. Now, whether that was people voting or whether that was some technology that assisted, or whether that was source from the cosmos switching up the timeline for a purpose, it doesn't matter. That decision is what caused the quantum leap. So I say that to say that Ice's wisdom was not wrong. Celestial was not wrong, because I saw the timeline and I saw the merger of the two timelines where, and it was very eerie because right the night before, the day before the election, that's the first time I actually truly felt Kamala's energy in the election. When I look into the astros, right? That's into the ethers. That was the first time. But it was interesting because if she was destiny swapping with Trump, then everything that I was feeling about Kamala is actually what Trump is going to do. It's his energy that she was destiny swapping with. So that is why I felt that destiny swap, because the timelines had literally collapsed on each other. And it was only for the decision making of the people, technology, and source that would cause the quantum leap or shift, right? So that's just what I wanted to say. Now, I don't know if I should leave this for another video, because this thing is not over. Now, me, I'm not a Republican or I'm not a Democrat. I used to vote in the past. I do not vote anymore because this is a selection. This is an absolute selection. It's the illusion of free will, because like I always say, free will is what? It is expensive. Free will here, free speech, is very expensive. It will cost you a lot. Either it will cost you, getting, accolades and gifts, or it will cost you being shadow banned or getting things taken away from you. So it's not free and it's not cheap at all. But it's not over yet. There's a lot I see coming down the pipeline. I said before, last week, before the market shot up, is that I felt there was a fake rally coming. This rally that we're seeing in the market is not real. However, I am quite enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, right? But source says it's not real. What it's doing, this rally, and for the people who don't think that the stock market pertains to them, well, if you have a 401k, it's attached to the stock market. If you have a pension, it's attached to the stock market. If you have anything that you signed up with your employer that is, they have different other retirement plans, it's attached to the stock market. So it absolutely has something. There's no way around getting around the beast system. The stock market is very spiritual. And what I always say, it's nothing more than spirits, light energy and dark energy. And if you look at it like that, you'll be able to navigate it, So this thing is not over yet, because the rally is what is gluing us to this timeline. And what a rally is really, it's when everything just starts to go up, right? To shoot up. And so we are in a rally season right now. This one right here is not real. This is what is putting us on this timeline. So for the ones that are saying that Trump will not make it to the inauguration. The longer we stay in the fake rally, this is the energy that is put out to submit this timeline. So the people, guys, in control, they know all of this stuff. They know how to glue us into timelines. Because think about it, if we were shifting in and out of timelines, that the night before, the day before the election, we were shifting timelines, something serious. We can't live in that energy. That's a very chaotic energy, which is why all the bots, the AI bots and non-playable characters and the and the Trump bots and the Kamala bots were out, and they were on TikTok, girl, melting. They were melting, whether they were for the left or the right. They were melting, girl, and it was a sight to see. I was like, dang, maybe there is only 98%, I mean, 2% of real humans here, because you should not have an emotional reaction like that to another man or woman being president or losing the presidency. That's weird. That is when you know your consciousness has been siphoned from you. You are no longer the operator of your own consciousness. If you have that reaction, you are getting the reaction that the algorithm is feeding to you for this purpose. A lot of people, and I was channeling Purge too. That video that they took down, I was channeling Purge. So the Purge energy was so out. People were purging with their emotions, right? People didn't purge physically with physical harm or hate, not yet, but it was an emotional purge. Maybe on a collective level, maybe this is something that did need to happen, that needed to come out, right? But what I do like about it is it got us to see the minds of the people, the masses, just how much infiltrated, taken over, controlled, duped, puppeteered. Most people, 98% of these people are not real. Now, I thought it was a lot more people that were actually real souls, but after this, it's truly giving like there's just maybe only 144,000 of us. That's what it's giving. That's truly what it's giving. So people were showing just how they became an AI bot by the global algorithm, which is a demon, by the way. This demon is controlling everything, and it's using us to get information from. And once it has enough information and data, then the Antichrist energy will be fully blown and in control. And it's going to rally, right? It's going to take off. So the fake rally is what's submitting the timeline. So the longer the fake rally, and I ain't complaining, girl, because I'm enjoying it, but the longer the fake rally in the stock market is energetically going up and heightening, then the harder it's going to be for us to shift to the other timeline where he does not make it, where he makes it to the inauguration or does not make it to the inauguration, right? Because I do know that some people are saying that, but just know that this rally going on is an energy purposefully to lock us into this timeline, right? And there may be another rally coming up in Thanksgiving. So there's, I mean, the end of the years do get really, it does get bullish towards the end of the year. And now the people have reacted to, to the presidency. And so the markets are going up. So I think it's going to be very hard for this thing to kind of be stopped simply because I see them putting that energy out there to submit this timeline. I'm just the messenger, y'all. Don't come in here and get all botted out. Don't bot out on me, y'all. This channel is for real souls, okay? If you in the comments saying something else, I'm going to know you're a bot and a non-playable character. That's just what it is. And I've tried to be nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start using your content, your bottish content, your bottish messages or comments for content at this point. Because, I mean, girl, we need to know what a bot really looks like, feels like, speaks like, right? I think we really need to know that. But it doesn't even matter. whatever timeline you're on, because if you are truly a sovereign soul, if you are a cosmic being, then you are the one that is controlling the timelines. It's our energy that actually controls the timeline. Because, like I said, this global algorithm, this demon, is actually getting all the information from us. We are literally building the mark of the beast right now with this algorithm system that we are on. This algorithm is not your friend. It's not your friend. We are building a prison for ourselves. The more information we give to the global algorithm, the more boxes and bondage it can actually put us in. So I just wanted to point that out, that this literally, we are building the mark of the beast right now because everybody's online and partaking in it. And it's emitting a frequency out to you all day, all day, all night. There's no way to escape this. No way to escape it unless you remain sovereign. And so what that means is pulling your emotions out of this, these two forces, right? Guys, the world is simple. The world is simple. The world is spiritual. The market is spiritual. Your social groups are spiritual. Your religious groups is all spiritual. Every single thing on life is only good versus evil. That's what it is. The trick on how you always win, this is the trick, because most people are told to pick a side. Think about it. Republican or Democrat, light, dark, good, evil. Most people are told to pick a side. But when you choose the sovereign I am, you as the energy source, you can collapse the timelines of good versus evil and now reach homeostasis. Homeostasis and transcending duality is always the way that will portal you out and through. That's the trick. That's the trick. And that's what the AI bots, the non-playable characters, will never be able to do because they bought into the algorithm. The algorithm says, wear this, do this dance, do this TikTok dance, and eat this food and say this line. Then that's what they do. And they will follow it into the pits of hell. Into the pits of hell in their own mind. They'll be trapped in their own mind, sucked out by the algorithm, basically the Antichrist technology database is all that this really is. Ain't that right, girl? Ain't that right? Oh, she talks to me too. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And like I said, and I was talking about the timeline that I see where Trump becomes compromised, where it's either a clone and he's been taken underground, or worse, or mind control, MK Ultra out, or consciousness ciphered, consciousness put in, something to that extent. The timeline that I was seeing, that people were angry that I was telling you about something that source showed me. Get out of here. Click off. Oh, by the way, I gotta say this. Hold on, y'all. I got to say this. So apparently there's been a lot of I don't even know how, girl, but a lot of white supremacists that watch my channel. And I just gotta say, baby, this is not a Candace Owen channel. Although I love Candace. Candace is my girl. She's smart as a whip. I don't care people's views, right? I'm impartial. I'm in the middle. I'm impartial. But Candace Owens be too happy to work against certain people. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna leave that there because that's my girl. I really like her because what I like about her is that she's bold, and like her or not, she stands up for herself. She does not back down. And this is a quality that I think a lot of people need, to get out of that coward energy so we can get back to actual free speech and free will being free. instead of it being expensive. And that's what I truly do like about her. But I think that they thought that that's what this is because I was saying that Trump was going to win and because I'm channeling from source. And so when I got on here talking about, oh, I see a timeline where Trump gets compromised and there's a, basically a downfall in the market and all of these things, could potentially happen. They're acting like I'm wishing this. I'm just telling you what Spirit said. This is a spiritual channel, y'all. Y'all realize that. You realize that. But the whole world is spiritual. You have to know that. This world is spiritual. Once you understand that, it's light versus dark. You can navigate this thing. Even in your finances, you can navigate it once you truly, truly understand that. So I wanted to point that out. And I don't know how y'all got on this channel. Just because I was talking good about Trump does not mean that, oh, and I was talking ish about Kamala. But it's only because that's what I was picking up on. I was viewing the timeline and I was viewing the energy of her being an infection to the nation, a mutation, all of this. But like I said, in the end, you can't have a Republican without a Democrat. And you can't have a Democrat without a Republican, beloved. They are the same. They are working together. It's the illusion. They keep up the system of the illusion of choice. And so now they knew at the 11th hour, what they did was bring those timelines and line it up with the algorithm. Because before, really and truly, that algorithm was really displaying the algorithm. And this is okay. There might be more soul players here because that algorithm was showing you the timeline of Kamala. And I think it catered to the youth because the youth, their minds are very impressionable. So the algorithm was showing you that. And so when this thing shifted, when the algorithm shifted, I think that maybe some of the soul players did not take the bait, right? They were only able to really get the NPCs to completely dissolve and collapse into that timeline. But possibly some of the soul players rejected it, right? And so regardless of what happened, I'm not going to go back into that. I've already said that. But yeah, so if you're a white supremacist and you think I'm going to be some sort of black white supremacist, girl, this ain't the channel for you because baby, that ain't going to never be me. My father's a Moor. I'm too connected to my roots to ever be like that. So I don't know how y'all got on this channel. And God bless you. And I mean, I don't care if you're a white supremacist. I mean, I really don't. Y'all, so I'm telling you, when you transcend duality, you aren't gonna care about these things. I don't care what you are, but that's not what I'm gonna be on this channel. So you can stick around, you can be a white supremacist, you can stick around, but you're going to get the truth. This is a channel of truth, right? I'm not here to cater to anybody. I'm just telling you what source is showing me, right? So I just wanted to put that out there. I was like, how did they get on my channel? It was very, very interesting. But, we'll just, I'm holding the vibration of the timeline where we are expanded beyond this. That's where I truly am. I'm just causing ripples in space-time, right? Moving even past the Trump era, past even the Democrats and the Republicans as a whole. I'm moving into the timeline where we are our own councils again. Some of us belong to councils. I belong to a 12th dimensional Stargate council. That's on the 12th dimension. That's my home dimension, right? And some of you guys belong to councils on different dimensions. I want to bring those councils here. And we can hold the energy, right, of our council, our divine councils that we come from. And we can bring physical change and manifestation energy right here. Because the elites have been using this tool. They've been manipulating space-time because they've been stealing time from us. With all this daylight savings time, you never actually get back the hour that they took simply because the stars, the moon, the sun are in different placements. They're in different houses. right? Which is a whole nother energy. Sometimes it's lowered. So what are you actually getting back when they take that hour in the springtime? They're supposed to give it back to you, but we never actually get the full hour because of the whole cosmos has shifted. And so slowly they've been stealing hours, weeks, months, years, millenniums, and even eons from us. How long have they been doing this game? And so that's how we've been getting duped up into this lowered energy field, because our time is a precious commodity currency. Your energy and your time is very, very precious, and they know that. And that's why they siphon the energy and they siphon the time. And then they create timelines. They create time. Okay. 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 Thank you, Source. They create timelines that are not from Source. Some of these timelines are from Source, but some of them are completely made up. Completely made up, thrown in the mix, shown to you by the algorithm to get us off into another matrix. Because that's what happens when they steal this time. They're able to, it's basically like a band, right? It's like an energy band, a frequency band. And then when they steal the time, it even collapses other timelines and it moves energy, right? And that's how they're creating a whole nother line into another portal that leads deeper into the matrix. So this is a trick. Everybody's talking about getting out of the matrix, but they're creating these portals deeper into the system because they know people are getting out now. So they have to use the metas of the world. They have to use that thing, the metaverse. They have to use, the neural link, which I already channeled that, and it's very satanic, and they have to use these things to knock you back over the head and put you to sleep so that you don't escape, and so that the evil archons, which most people are praying to, saying that it's their Lord and Savior, can trap you and keep you down here in this matrix for another 20,000 lifetimes. And when you partake in all of these things, these selections of the world, and you pour your energy into that collective pot, it gets siphoned and used and brought to these, I'm hearing, portable timelines that they just move. They just move when they want to run interference, when they want to lead humanity down a dark hole. And that's what's going on. So we are partaking in our own demise. We're getting sucked into a different matrix, a digital matrix, an algorithm matrix, an online matrix. So there's not going to be a physical matrix. We are going to be a digital matrix. This is where we're being led to, guys. And the AI bots of the world and all the non-playable characters are helping lead us to humanity's demise. But when you're sovereign and you have transcended duality, and really you are right in the heart space and you're cleansed, consecrated, and purified, there's no way around it. You got to do the work on yourself. You have to do the work. That's why I fast all the time. Just finished a 33-day fast where I didn't eat in 33 days. Earlier this year, I did about 100 or 120 days raw food. I cleared up all of my psoriasis. I had psoriasis outbreak from girl, it was bad. It was like head to toe, gone. This is the work. We are our own healers, right? We are absolutely our own healers, guys. This is beautiful. I have had the pleasure of working with two women that are behind bars, right? And so one lady was facing 10 years, right? And she was quite young when she was drinking and driving. She hit a man and he passed away. That man happened to be like a police chief, right? And was very in with the judge and all of that. And it was just, she was actually facing more than 10 years at first. Like it was something crazy, like 20 years. And so I had a session with her. We did some clearing, and she only got 1 year. She only got 1 year, and she actually got to choose where she went. There was like two options, right? And she's doing well. And I think she's like, she's in the groove, she's studying, she's, totally, making the most of her time. And, she'll be out maybe the next 7 months, right? And then another lady that I was helping, and this was very interesting. So if you guys are interested in the Thursday night session where it's all of us, all of the wonderful ladies that I work with, we're all in session and we're shifting timelines. So we did a timeline shift, um, and also a reverse destiny swap with this woman that was facing, I think it was 8 years in prison, right? She has a very young son, and basically she was innocent in this. She was trying to protect herself. Some random man, she was walking late at night with her son, he was trying to kidnap her, and so she like had to do what she had to do to break away and get free of him, right? And so that is what was going on with her. Well, in the session, the Thursday night session that we do, where it's all of us, right? We found that there was two hers. So when she went in front of the judge, the problem she's been having, and because she's had, a bit of trouble with the law because there are two hers, guys. Her consciousness was split. So one of her was more of a dark energy, and the other one was more of a light energy, but that was not fully developed because the dark aspect had more of the consciousness for some time. And so what we did was we brought her consciousness up out of the body because it was so dense, right? So we brought her consciousness up, we cleared the dark one, which had some attachments, some entity attachments, and then we merged the two together, now overlaying the reverse destiny swap because the dark one wanted to swap with the lighter aspect. And so when she would go in front of judges, they would only see the dark side, literally the dark side of her. And so once we cleared that, we merged that, then we brought her consciousness back and merged them together. So when she went in front of the judge, one of my prayers or mantras for her is that the judge sees the true her, the light side. And so that he'll be able to see that this is a mother, this is a very young woman, that he can take that into account when he's making his decision, right? And so that 8 years went down to 1.5 years. However, she was already in there for 7 months. So the maximum time she would have to do was about 9 months. And her team is saying that she will get out before then. So she could be home in the next 4 to 5 months. And, from the time that I started working with her, counseling her, and I even do hypnotherapy sessions with her over the phone when she calls from prison. So that's really helped a great deal. So guys, if you know someone who's struggling with a court case or anything like that, and they do need assistance here, just email instructions number 4, humanity@gmail.com. Everything is simple. It's light versus dark. The world is not complicated. It's simple. And either the judge is going to see the light side of you or the dark side. But if you clear the dark side, then the only thing left for the judge to see is the light side. Because some people don't know they have a dark side because these entities are representing you. When you go up in front of the judge, the entities are there. And it's like an overlay, even though you could look pleasant, but that dark side of you is overlaying on top, and it's sending out a signal to the judge because dark binds to dark, right? And so we want to remove that, put you back as in the controller seat of your soul so that you can be seen clearly, so you can have a fair trial. And what Spirit is really saying is a lot of people have not had fair trials simply because they are riddled with entities, with lower field energies, entities, demons, right? And so they're not getting fair trials because they're not doing the healing work. They're passing trauma back and forth to and from family members, all the time and no one's healing. And then you wonder why all of these things are happening to you. And you wonder why people don't see you, people don't choose you. It's because you have to do the work, you have to clear the lower field energies and entities, right? And so I just wanted to say that because I feel that it is so very important, and we can have our own timeline shift at any moment. You can shift your own timeline by the decisions that you make. And the longer you hold those decisions, right, it now creates a template. It now creates a frequency, right? It's a frequency field, right? And that has a resonance, it has a vibration. And the vibration is what holds that up to keep you on that path. This is a paradigm shift. This is a frequency shift. So I just wanted to say that, guys. I'm going to sign off here and get out of here. But I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is as we walk together in divine love. Be well. Be well, guys. Bye.